to bring up last week and probably the week before, when we had all them officers show up from Apple, African American Police League, you know, this was the safest place to be that night. This was the safest place to be. We had about 40 of Flint's finest here. How come we had 5 officers here watching them? Why did we need 5 officers, guys? But, yeah, the police, yeah, exactly. The police watching the police. We're in the safest place here. And the most ridiculous part of it is just the meeting before, we had a decree come down from the mayor's office, filed for the police chief, filed for some captain, saying that we were going to have only 2 officers here. Just 2. And then all of a sudden we got 5, plus the 40 that were in the audience. Come on. That alone should have been proof enough. And when we hear the allegations of racism, that sure looked pretty clear to me. That looked clear to me. I don't know how you can see it any other way. Retaliation, absolutely. But the retaliation comes in with this whole, I want to say, asinine restructuring plan. While there may be 2 or 3 good items in that restructuring plan, the majority of the stuff is definitely can be looked at and said that's retaliation. Oh boy. Let's see. You know, something that somebody just told me today, and I said, you know, I'm going to use that, and I'm going to close and end with that. But how many of you people know convicted felons? I mean, do you really know some convicted felons? Let me ask you. How many of them convicted felons really like the police department? No, the mayor. Thank you. Our next speaker is Mr. John Freeman. You look familiar. Yeah. My name is Josh Freeman. I live at 3727 Maryland Avenue. There, there you go. As long as we're talking about illegal things and the charter and all that good stuff tonight, I would suggest you all look at 4-203 Executive Departments of the City of Flint, specifically Section C, where it says, each department shall be appointed by the mayor with the approval of the City Council. When you open that quote on Monday, maybe you can include Nancy Jerkowitz, who's head of the Community and Economic Development now. I don't believe that appointment has been brought to you all yet for approval, so maybe you could throw that in there with it. The second issue, the sidewalk bond. You all would have to be nuts to put another millage on the ballot for a sidewalk bond. There's plenty of money in our budget right now for it. If you can find $1 million for the mayor's office, I'm sure you can find $500,000 or $600,000 for sidewalk bonds, or for sidewalks. My third issue is the Herb Cleaves and the city vehicle. I was driving west or east on Court Street about 3 weeks ago, and I thought I saw Chucky Young in the city car with the old PSO cars, the white ones with the orange lights on top. This is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. And I thought, well, what kind of city business is he conducting on a Sunday? So when I get up next to him, it's Herb Cleaves. He's got the city car now. So, yeah, he hired a guy when he closed Haskell, and he gave him a car. Police officers can't take a car home. Well, I guess they can now. They just settled that, you know, $150,000 or whatever it costs us. But we can give a car to Herb Cleaves for whatever it is that Herb Cleaves does. And I was at the school board meeting after the committee meeting on Wednesday. This was about 7:30 at night. And they still hadn't come out of their committee meetings yet, so we had some time to kill. And I decided to go outside and walk around. And I thought, no, this guy can't be dumb enough to go and drive a city car on his own time to a school board meeting. But sure enough, there it was in the west lot. So I go over, and it was car 2503. So I went over to look at it just to make sure I wasn't seeing things, and sure enough, it's the city car, and in the back seat is a baby seat, a child seat. So not only is he driving it on his own time, but he's hauling his kids or grandkids around in it too. So what kind of liability does that open the city to? Because I'm sure if he gets in an accident and that kid gets hurt, the city of Flint's going to be sued on it. Ms. Harper, you suggested that we go to the ombudsman for a complaint. I can't remember what it was about. I think it was about something like that. I would suggest that nobody go to that ombudsman's office. That is the most pathetic excuse for an ombudsman that I've ever seen. She don't have time to investigate real complaints because she's too busy looking at Miss Sims or Miss Brown over some crazy allegations that somebody made. We should have voted no on that office if that was the kind of ombudsman that we were going to get. Thank you.
Miss Shirley Taylor.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Miss Harper, I want to thank you so very much. My son, we lived in your ward for years. My baby was killed in a drive-through at McDonald's ordering food. We have a prayer vigil there every year. There's a praying woman there. You touched my heart when you introduced your stepfather. I was a little girl. I was 5 years old when Emmett Till was killed. We were going to school at Monty's school, riding the school bus. They were bringing him out of the water about 8 o'clock that morning. That young man stinked. He had burst open. Fish and snakes and stuff had ate off of it. I never thought of anything like that. I had nightmares for years. Never thought of anything like that until my son was kidnapped from our home. My family, Cheney family, Hickman family, we were all looking for my son. He was torn away down from the white horse and rotted off the bones so badly I couldn't even see the baby. We recognized that it was 2 people in that neighborhood. You might have to have a booth once somewhere for Saturday night, you know where it is. Yes. But not 5 or 6 weeks in a row, 3 or 4 times per week. We got the license plates, Mr. Kirkland and I, and several other people. I called 911 4 times. Robert Kirkland, everybody in here know him. He called. They haven't gotten there yet. The police, if we need more police. We have soldiers. We can send those people, those young men over in Iraq to defend this country. I'm sure they can defend this little whistle stop called Flint, Michigan. We need a seasoned police officer and a soldier from Iraq. Those young men can't find jobs. These policemen are good policemen, but they're outnumbered, outgunned, and anybody who come out, they are human just like we are. You send a policeman out in a car by himself, in these dust dark, they're going to shoot him up like that car up like a sifter. And it's no policeman. Every last one of them should throw that badge in the dumpster. Before I would put my life on the line like that, I'd pick up garbage.
Thank you. Can you sum up, Ms. Taylor, please?
Yes, I will. But people are not raising the children. All of this comes from home. The police are not raising your children, city council, the mayor. Nobody is going to raise your children by their clothes. Raise your children, take them to church, and whip their behinds with some switches. Start when they're little. Praise them. Love them. Cherish them. But raise those children. None of us, everybody up here, all of us, about the same age.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. We appreciate it.
But I guarantee you, every last one of you got a whipping.
Thank you. I got none.
They didn't kill you.
Our next speaker is Ms. Brenda West. Ms. Brenda West. Ms. Brenda West. He's about to catch it on. Our next speaker is Ms. Kimberly Peterson. Ms. Kimberly Peterson. Ms. Kimberly Peterson. Our next speaker is Mr. Quincy Murphy.
My name is Quincy Murphy. I live at 322 East Myrtle, and I'm here tonight to talk about the city attorney. I listened to her on TV last week, I believe, when she was talking about suing the city council, and then I looked in the city charter, and I looked up under veto in section 3-304, and it says 2/3 of the members elect vote in favor of overriding the veto. The ordinance or resolution shall be adopted without further review by the mayor. So I didn't understand how could the city attorney be suing the city council when I looked up under section 4-601, responsibilities and duties of the chief legal officer. It said the individual appointed to the position of chief legal officer shall direct the legal affairs of the city and shall appoint all assistants. I'm just going to stop right there because it's kind of long right there. But I don't understand how the city attorney can sue the city council for them vetoing, overriding the mayor's veto. And if I'm understanding this right, y'all finna go to court because of her next week. And could y'all get some clarity for us? Do y'all have confidence in y'all city attorney? And if y'all don't have confidence in y'all city attorney, can y'all do a vote so we can see whether the city council have confidence in the city attorney, and y'all did no confidence vote on the mayor? The police chief did, the police department did the no confidence vote on Chief Haggard, so we got a clear understanding on where y'all stand on the mayor and where the police department stands on the police chief. So we need to know where y'all stand on y'all city attorney. If y'all do have confidence in her, then I don't understand why are y'all asking to hire another city attorney to investigate the Judge Nethercutt ruling on the mayor hiring a police chief. If we have a city attorney, I can understand why y'all put the resolution together, because the city attorney, from what my understanding, her responsibility is to make sure that the city affairs be done. If the Judge Nethercutt gave y'all to June or something to hire a permanent police chief, and the city attorney did not enforce that with the mayor, then that's her wrongdoing on behalf of the city and not enforcing. And I don't see why y'all had to go and do a resolution to have something done, or have a city attorney come and do something that we already paying the city attorney to do. In that fact, I would like, if y'all could tonight, please, for us that's out here, vote to let us know whether y'all have confidence in the city attorney or no confidence, because I'm confused. I'm confused in the fact that y'all have to get another city attorney to do something that she was supposed to do by June something, and she didn't get done this year. So I'm asking y'all, could y'all please do a no confidence vote or a confidence vote on the city attorney, and we need to see where y'all stand on her. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Ms. April Stone. I see you up front, brother-in-law.
I am April Stone. I'm once again addressing the council about one thing. I'm addressing the council about is I told you I was going to get back with you on my complaint with the ombudsman, because Ms. Sims made it sure that I speak to the ombudsman about the murder of my son, and I want to let you know why I feel she's inadequate for her job, and she just refused to investigate my situation. I made 2 appointments with Miss Purifoy. The first appointment, she was 50 minutes late, and I seen her coming back from lunch. I waited, and I'm running back to my car to get a cup, and I was going to make me some tea, and I seen them walking back from lunch. Okay, she had her little few bites, and as a matter of fact, that day you came in there, and y'all left out. I never got to speak with her, and I came to you again, and I asked you what was the purpose of me going to an ombudsman, what was I to expect? And you told me, okay, well, she got sort of an attitude. She told me, well, you got to give me time, which I understood that. And she misunderstood me. I just wanted to know what was her purpose, what was she asked to do. Okay, so the next appointment I made with her, I had a 10 o'clock appointment. She showed up at 10:25. She came in and made some accusation about she's not going to stop at the city attorney's office anymore because they talk too much and they'd make her late. She went in her office and stayed until 11:15. And then came out and told me, oh, you want to talk to me? I'll give you 15 minutes because I got a budget hearing. And mind you, I checked. That's when I went and bought the city charter book, and I called down to this Miss Inez's office and found out they had all the city budget hearings. So the lady didn't intend on giving me an investigation. But when she told me that she'd give me 15 minutes, and I told her that was all right, if that's all the time she had to give me, she could keep her 15 minutes. She then went to tell me that I wasn't going to bogart her office the way that I bogarted the city council. And that she was tired of being sensitive to my feelings. Well, I'm not up here asking anybody for sensitivity. I'm asking for answers because, first of all, I came to the city council because the police and the city of Flint, these people need to know that these kinds of things that are going on, the police are lying. My baby didn't die in that truck. He was killed, put in a truck, and took downtown. He wasn't shot, and there's ballistically, you cannot shoot somebody in the back of the head, blow the back of their head off, and then come out between their eyes clean. I've taught several gun experts. As a matter of fact, I subscribe to a gun book. It ain't possible. Now, and every time I come to you, they try to counteract and do this and do that. And let me finish telling you about Miss Purefoy. When she upset me, I said, well, if that's all you got for me is 15 minutes, I'll make another appointment. I had my little suitcase. Y'all know I used to come down here with all that stuff. I was carrying the suitcase, the camera, the videotape, everything. She ain't looked at nothing. She told the girl to call the police on me. Then I said, you don't need no police. I'm leaving. I'm trying to leave your office. But do you want us to handle your case or not? Do you want us to keep it open and close it? And it took everything in me because God is my witness. If it wasn't because of my child, if it would have been just about me, she could have kept her word. But because it was my son, it was over me. It was beyond me. So I told her, yes. I left out of her office. She slammed the door and said, fuck her. Now that's what she said.
Thank you.
That's what Mama said. What do you mean, thank you?
Thank you for the word you used. Well,
I'm just saying what she said because I'm upset. And I didn't appreciate it. And I don't feel like that's a professional. Now you're going to ring the bell on me. But I feel these.
Can you sum up, please? I want to keep some up.
Okay, like I say, I will be giving you these. I didn't type them out right, but I want you to know that I want everybody to know the reason that I feel that this investigation was improper. My baby wasn't killed in that truck. My son wasn't killed in that truck. AK-47 don't blow the back of your head off and come out clean. And I got a police report here that says his neck was no bullet wounds in his neck. I got a picture showing that it is. I got justification for an investigation.
Okay, do you have any documents you give to our staff and they'll make sure we have copies?
Okay, like I say,
I don't think we need copies of something like this.
Whatever you have for us,
I'm sorry, from it's in morning. I mean, it's part of an investigation, and I don't think that, if any council people want to meet and sit with to get the information, but I don't think it's proper and disrespectful for us to look at these pictures and we don't have a clue what the heck we're looking at.
That's not a body in that picture, is it?
It's his calling. That's his calling evidence.
Miss Song, your time is up.
Okay,
Miss Song, your time is up. Can you have a seat? And someone will be back with you either see us tomorrow morning. Because your time is up.
And
Miss Stone.
And another thing,
Miss Stone. Can you take a seat, Miss Stone?
Yes, I have one thing I had to say to you. When you laughed, when Eric Mays told you that you needed to investigate my son and you laughed, I thought about it. I said, God, get the laugh. How dare you? And when you feel like laughing, think about it with your own child or when it's yourself.
Thank you, Miss Stone.
Thank
you, Miss Stone. Our next speaker is Mr. Eddie Gatewood.
Good afternoon. My name is Eddie Gatewood, and I stay on 1907 Ohio Ave.
Yeah. They don't have any profanity to say, raise your hand and write on a piece of paper and just give it to us.
Understandable. I've been a resident of Flint since I was born here. I'm 31 years old. And I can tell you a lot of stories about the streets and how everybody lives on here and what y'all do. I mean, what we don't really see. I know y'all do something for the community, but we don't really see it, you know. Young folks that are out there on the street, you know, doing what they can see to get a fast dollar. And, you know, ain't nobody really trying to help them out or show them the right way to do things, you know. We out here, you know, out here just, it's crazy, you know. But my main issue here is basically the safety of the city of Flint as far as the youth go, as far as the possibility for the city youth to be better, for them to be better, to have better facilities for them to be more protected and more have better positive things for them. And then for as far as the people like 18 years old and coming up, for them to have better opportunities for like jobs, better opportunities for like financial aid and you know, better opportunities for jobs, skill trades, you know. Because I worked 7 years out of town. I had to go way out to Brighton to work. And I lost my job for a discrimination issue. You know, that's the first time I ever felt discrimination. I hear it from the stories from my mom back in Memphis. That's when my mom and my father were born and raised. And I was born up here. And I can tell you a lot of stuff. So it's really hurtful. It's really painful. It's like a war zone now. This whole city's a war zone. Now, I made a rap song about it. I'm gonna put it on the radio sooner or later. You'll hear about it. And I mean, because I'm trying to stay positive. I see a lot of young people going negative. It is so easy to get drawn into that because you see all that negativity. You try to go positive, you get turned away from people that you figure out that's on you go doing positive goals, trying to improve positive goals, but then really they say, no, we don't want you, or no, we don't need you. How can you cope with that? When you try to do the proper way, and you come back here, and you see his crime, let me let you another thing. In 1907, I made a policeman call. Hey, let me speak on the police. I made a police call for shots being fired on 1970 Ohio. A bullet went straight over my head, this much inches away from killing me. I stood there in shock, laying in my bed as the powder fell over my eyes. And then I called the cops. It took them an hour to get there. And when they got there, they couldn't find the bullet. But I found the bullet. The bullet that went through my house. And guess what? When I told the cop how far it went, he said, if you would have sneezed, that bullet would have sure hit you. That's hurtful. That's painful. I think about leaving the city, but you know what? It's bad everywhere. You can go, I thought about going down south with my family that my father is at in Memphis, but it's bad down there. It's bad in New York. It's bad everywhere. We need to have a strong community for our young folks where it is. It's not going to be nowhere left where we can turn to. Where you going to go? Where you going to send our young youth to? What do role models they got to look up to? I think we need a better change for the city of Flint, for the youth. It's never will be a city of Flint. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Miss Penny Ross.
Good evening. My name is Miss Penny Roberts. I live at 800 East Court Street. I would like to address Mr. James Ananick. Mr. Ananick, I drew the plans of that on the corner of Avon and Court. I reported that light in the last almost 4 years since I've been living at 800 East Court Street. Nobody has did anything about it. I talked to the gentleman that was ahead of whatever that is, and he said he'd take care of it last month, 2 weeks ago. And when the light turns so I can walk, I will walk 4 steps. When I walked 4 steps tonight, it was flashing. And before I got almost to the half, the guy from coming down from this way going downtown, he took off and almost hit me. Me, I really don't care because I'm ready to go to heaven anyway. But you are going to have some people in a walker and everything, and they're going to get hurt, they're going to get killed. And you know, I know I've talked to you about it, and I know that you have tried. But I also did want to say, I'm very glad y'all have come together. And regardless of what people say about you, remember you all are all special. Maybe because oh no, she ain't this and he ain't that. When's the last time that we took a good look at ourselves in the mirror and said, what have you done to help them? And I would like to say there's $1.9 million in fixing sidewalks and things coming together. Broken sidewalks. Why don't we take some of that $1.9 million and fix the broken hearts of our youth, of our seniors, and the broken heart of Miss Jackie there, because her community center is closed. Why was it closed when they had the money? What has happened to the rest of the money? Our seniors don't understand, and they're very hurt. And as far as the one-car police officers, we can't deal with that. And I thank God that we do have my community college patrol our seniors, because we need it. They can't even get out of the car without somebody trying to ask them for money or whatever, you know. And I'm afraid one of them is going to get hurt. And this company that I heard is supposed to be coming from Pontiac, the lady has said, oh yeah, we're going to assure jobs here for us. But excuse me, if I have 15 years and the company is moving from Pontiac and I'm going to move here too, my job is going to be secure. Who's to say who's going to hire who here? We are totally just raping our own city and looking for other easy ways out. And you know, it hurts when I heard from the lady about what happened to her and about the ombudsman. Sometimes we forget where we came from. And I'd like to say something. Find out what God would have you do, and do that real well. For what is great and what is small, the Lord alone can tell. We lose the approval of God when we seek the approval of men. And we need to start looking at our own hearts. And the reason I've been coming down here for 31 years is because I care. I care about you people. Mr. Darrell, I remember you where you came from years and years and years ago, you know. You weren't there too old. I could have slapped you on the butt. But you've come a long ways. And Mr. Scott Kincaid, I've known you for, my gosh. I mean, I'm older, but I'm not older than dirt. But I thank you that you did a whole lot in that community where I used to live. And I thank these people here from coming down and helping. And if we can get together in one accord, we go to church and everything, we shout, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, amen, I love the Lord. Come Monday through Saturday, we bickering with one another. We can't have that. Our children look to the adults. Oh, well, if she can act that way, why should I try to behave? But I just thank you for having a council, because there's a lot of towns that don't have nothing. So just keep on doing what you know best and doing it for the glory of God and do it for the glory of the people. And God will bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Anthony.
Penny, I got your drawing and everything. I'm gonna send the referral. And I would like to say, I know you may be ready to go up ahead, but we'd like to keep you here a little bit longer. So.
Thank you, Penny.
Hope it's not too late.
Miss Irma Cooper.
My name is Irma Cooper. I live at 6150 Old Palmetto Drive, Mount Morris. I just happened to come here by mistake.
Can you talk into the mic?
And this mistake turned out to be a benefit. I guess during you all's special affair, your discussion items, it was appointments, Smith Village CDC, Flint Park Lake, Northeast Village, discussion items to address the issues of appointments to Smith Village CDC, Flint Park Lake, Northeast Village, and exploration of terms and compliance with bylaws. As president of the Smith Village Citizens District Council, the oldest CDC in the city of Flint, we have appointments also. And then when I briefly looked at your final city council, upon the appointments, you have 2 for Northeast Village. It just simply behooves me to think that we have an administration that would go through and pick 2 appointments of people that sat in at the same meeting that the Smith Village appointments people sat in on. It was the Smith Village appointment meeting that we had with the mayor. Because Northeast Village had some of their people that needed to be reappointed as well, I was asked if they could sit in with our meetings. I said sure. This was almost a year ago. The mayor came in. He took all of our information, that it was a new thing now where they photograph your driver's license. We had discussions. The mayor told us that everybody would be reapproved. He had no problems with approving any of our reappointments to the Citizens District Council. But something is not right here. Smith Village Citizens District Council is in the 5th Ward. That's represented by Carolyn Sims. Flint Park Lake, that's in Ms. Poplar's ward. But Northeast Village, that's in Carrie Nelson's ward. Now, I just cannot understand how people can be at the same meeting, everybody get approved, but yet, when it comes out in black and white, you're only going to approve 2 people for Northeast Village? Something is not right here. This is addressed to the attorney as well. Because if you remember, Trishelle, some of our appointments, you have reviewed them, you have approved the writing, you have signed them, you said they were okay, but we still can't get our people reappointed. Now, what I would like to know, because the Citizens District Council is ran under the City of Flint, we are a group, according to the Act, you very well know all about how they came about. We are representatives of the city. Now, I'm wondering, for the Smith Village Citizens District Council, because we sat in on the meeting, and you're going to take 2 people out of the meeting and approve them and leave the others. You is the attorney for the residents of that Smith Village as well. So I would like to ask, on behalf of the Smith Village Citizens District Council, would you file a lawsuit for us because the administration is not doing their job and they are discriminating against people in the same CDC, people representing for the same cause. We all want to see Flint urban areas cleaned up, fixed up, new homes. This has nothing to do with the council person. They are not members of the Citizens District Council. They are just representatives of that area. And it was just by chance almost 10 years ago, Smith Village was the area that needed to fix up the worst. University Park came out of that, but across the street there's nothing. So, again, I ask, would you file a lawsuit on behalf of the Smith Village Citizens District Council against Mayor Williamson because he's not representative of all the people? And we were in that meeting, and we want our appointments as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.